I got you. I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't doing nothing, man. You asked me a question. I was here with my friends. They told us to get out. Everybody ran. Did you ask me a question, sir? Okay, man. Put hands together.
Obviously, I would hate to be up here through these circumstances. I happen to be up here talking about it. It's a traumatic experience for me, my family, and it sucks that the country that we live in now, sometimes you get profiled for the color of your skin. There's a lot of people who experience what I experienced at that point, at that moment, and they're not here to live to tell their story. I think about, Trayvon Martin. I think about Shirley Lyles. I think about Phil Castile, Tamir Rice. So many different people that had the experience that I had, and they're not here to tell the story. So, so that's what it is.
Peter, have you
to let you know that, like I said, it's an emotional moment for me. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, did he want this on himself?" I didn't ask for this moment. It just happened to be me, and I'm just lucky to be here to be able to speak about it. At any moment, I could have made the wrong decision and whether move. It felt like I was resistant or doing something wrong, and you guys would be wearing, the Seahawks would be wearing the patch with number 72 on it. So I'm just lucky to be here right now and to be able to continuously fight for people, fight for the equality of all people, regardless of their color, regardless of their gender, regardless of all that. I'm just going to continuously do what I've been doing. It's a hard journey. Sometimes you feel like you're alone, but there's a lot of people who support me, and I just want to keep doing what I do.
I mean, it's unfortunate. Obviously, happy that he made it out. Day in the life, though. I'm sure, as he said, something that he's been through before, I'm sure, and hopefully he doesn't have to go through again. But it's no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of notoriety that could keep you from things like that happening to you. So just an unfortunate part of life. I'm just thankful he made it out.
You experienced anything like that personally?
Yeah. I mean, I've experienced that. I've been hemmed up, countless times when I was younger. You live in the inner city. That's just how it goes. They're trying to patrol the city. They're trying to keep the city safe. So, a black between the sizes of 6'4" and 5'3", and they're going to get you. But, thankfully I made it out alive. He made it out alive, and we moved past it.
Sure, from your experience, when a player suffers an injustice or a tough situation, how has this locker room responded?
With support. We've always supported our players and supported our guys, and that's all you can do is support, because, Mike is literally, sitting, taking a stand, protesting, doing everything he can to combat the exact thing that he experienced. And people are so worried about him sitting down during the national anthem that they completely miss that message a lot of times. They want to be more angry at the action than the message. And that's an unfortunate part of the world we live in nowadays. I wish that people would take it for what it is and make a difference and go out there and try to combat against racism, fascism, unnecessary violence. A guy being discriminated against, he was doing nothing wrong. I mean, you can't go outside, you can't be out, you can't do this, what can you do? So hopefully people will start to do the necessary things that it takes to make a change.
So the Las Vegas police finally came out and gave a statement about the Michael Bennett arrest incident that happened on the 26th of last month at the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight. So the video clearly shows police officers giving directives to people to disperse. So Michael Bennett was doing the same exact thing as everyone else, as they were told. You can see people leaving. But the problem that I see with this whole thing is, if they thought, if somebody called in something that sounded like a gun gunfight, whatever. Shouldn't they have their body cams on then? And the excuse that the officers are Hispanic doesn't fly here, because Geronimo Yanes, that brutally murdered Philando Castile in Minnesota, was Hispanic. The man that shot the black man in Florida, in Miami last year, with his client while he's sitting on the floor with his arms up, was a Hispanic officer as well. It was also said that Judge Zimmerman was half Hispanic. So Hispanic is not really a race. The so-called people that they refer to as Hispanic are actually classified as Caucasians. How do I know this? Because I worked in law enforcement for almost 8 years. I used to be a corrections officer. So I know that Hispanic, people from Mexico and other Latin American countries that are not black are classified under Caucasian. We all know that. So officially, your so-called Mexican is Caucasian. If you don't believe me, go and look this up. But these are the type of things black people have to deal with in this country, as you heard in Michael Bennett's own word. Michael Bennett is a successful black man. You know, he's rich, but he's still treated with disrespect. You know, this is what black people have to deal with in this nation. You know, he sat down for the national anthem. Colin Kaepernick took a knee, and the story changed to they are disrespecting the troops. I saw so many negative comments online, you know, and it's just, you know, black people just have to wake up. They have to wake up and realize that, you know, freedom doesn't just come. It's not gonna be handed to us. Marching down the streets would not do it either. So Michael Bennett put a legal team together to explore his options. You know, that's a good move, you know, because that's the only language they understand. But yelling and running down the street, that's not gonna cut it anymore. So we all have to understand how the system works. As long as we are buying the stories, these killings and the unnecessary harassment and brutality would continue happening to us daily in this country. So I don't buy the police, this police officer's story saying that Michael Bennett was running away. He was dispersing just like everyone else. So tell me what you think, leave your comment, and don't forget to subscribe. This is just what I think happened. So you might see it differently, and you're more than welcome to leave your comment. We can agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, 400 years of documented history, and we have thousands and thousands of film showing the same things happening over and over. Hell, Philando Castile was gunned down right on camera, and the officer was acquitted. Tamir Rice, several other black people. So the body cam doesn't even mean anything. They spend all that money on it. They don't turn it on when it's necessary, when it's needed. And now the police is pleading to the public to come forward with the video. This is what America has been and is going to continue to be until we say enough is enough. And if you're silent, you're not speaking, you're part of the problem. Because when other citizens are getting gunned down, you know, you should be speaking up. We saw the outcry of the nation when Alex Waldo was wrongfully arrested by that officer. I mean, I don't applaud it, but I saw how the nation came to our aid. So we need to do the same thing for Michael Bennett and the other black victims. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Kevin McMahill. I can tell you today that I do know that the arresting officer did not activate his personal body camera, so that particular perspective cannot be viewed. Listen, many of the folks today have called this an incident of bias-based policing. Police officers focus solely on the race of an individual that they are going to stop. I can tell you, as I stand here today, I see no evidence of that. I see no evidence that race played any role in this incident. In fact, as you'll notice throughout this video as I play for you, while officers were to you, both of the officers involved in this incident in question are of Hispanic origin. I'll play that video for you, and I want to just...
Go!
This is where they begin to enter the casino, searching for the active shooter. See all the patrons fleeing at the direction of the officers.
Hey, move towards, straight towards Bennett. Bennett! Move, Bennett! Move! Towards Bennett! Move, all the way to Bennett! Let's move forward. Go forward. Go. Hey. That's Flamingo circle. Go.
See the patrons laying on the ground there.
Flamingo circle. Move all the way forward. Move. All the way forward. All the way forward. All the way. Get down.
This is the part where I tell you they regroup at the doors before they go back towards Dre's Casino. I'm sorry, Dre's nightclub.
In the club? Hey, can you confirm that? Remove! Hey! Straight to the nightclub. Hey, cut everybody out.
We're heading to the nightclub where they believe the active shooter might be.
Get down. Stay in formation.
There's one running.
Where's your run?
Goes out the door.
What is where? Do you have a gun?
Gotta watch closely to go over the wall right to the left here.
Move.
Be able to see him, the arrest taking place down on the ground.